Hello, Carrots here again. Welcome to episode 22 of the Isla Paradiso bunch. We still have the same crew starring, and this time we're starting at Crystal Waters Beach. Sam's relaxing because it's almost midnight. There's Cara Dreg holding her baby, Floyd, and her husband over there, I'm presuming it's a husband, and another Sim, while Sam relaxes under the umbrella in the moonlight. Lucky he's got the umbrella there to shade him from the strong light of the moon. A little later, we're over at Plumbob Island. It's around 6 o'clock in the morning. The toddlers are being allowed to play and do whatever they want to do at the moment. There's Wendy playing with her imaginary friend, and Jerry's playing in the doll's house. It's a huge doll's house. That's also, I think, from around The Sims 3. One of the little boy plant Sims is toddling over to join Jerry in the doll's house. Muriel is working on her guitar playing skill. Once she's mastered that, she'll have achieved her lifetime wish. So that will be one done. And behind her, sitting on the seat, is Josephine, who's reading a skill book. Let's have a little look downstairs at the second bottom basement and the bottom basement. We've got Judy and Craig down there chatting. This is just giving you an idea of the layout, how I've left gaps for the trees to go up 2 floors. It also had some of the second bottom level basement has to have places for Sims to walk, but there's still plenty of room for the trees to grow up. That's why the mats on the bottom floor that the trees are planted in have different colours to show me where I can have tall trees and where I can have short plants. You can see across the water there, that is their home lot. That you can see it from Plumbob Island at Surf Circle. Now we're over at Surf Circle. And the bottom basement over there. I've got those trees needing a bit of a water. Brand new gnome there of spring. Sam just went and had a piece of fruit off the tree of prosperity. That'll give him another skill, which he might need because he's got to go to work now. There's the beach calling him to work. Hopefully he'll get some drowning Sims to rescue today. Getting you a little look at the resort that's behind the scenes there. There it is from your view we usually see. There's a Sim who has decided to need CPR without ever getting in the water. I think he just came off the road, just walked around the corner there and lay down. Please give me CPR. Unfortunately, Judy hasn't arrived yet, so that Sim's going to have to wait for Sam to notice him. And we know by now that Sam doesn't notice things very quickly. And when he does notice, he takes his time to react. So we'll skip that little bit and we'll go over there and see what Sam does when he finally does react. He's got a Sim there needing CPR and Sam's there to give it. Be good when Judy turns up. She'll be able to do all this sort of thing while Sam continues to watch for drowning Sims. But of course, this is early in the morning. It's only 10 o'clock-ish, a bit after. And there isn't any Sims there to drown at the moment, so it's fairly safe giving CPR on the beach. But as usual, CPR takes its time. And it's not just the time of giving the CPR. When it's all over, then they've got to have a chat. And all that time it's taken up doing all of that, There could be a few drowning Sims drowning out in the ocean. Okay, he's on his feet. Still not too sure if he's okay. Looks like he is. Sam better start surveying the beach again now while he's got a chance, before some other Sims come along and drown without having anyone watching over them. Bet that old bloke goes out there and drowns. Lucky he's already had CPR. There's Judy. Oh, good. She can be on hand now to offer CPR when it's required. Got a couple of Sims on the beach, or in the water now. Sam running up and down. I think Judy's going to be making sandcastles until we need her to give CPR. Got to give her something to do. As time passes, not many Sims on the beach. But there is a Sim needing rescuing from drowning. And that's the Sim that Sam has already given CPR to. So hopefully the CPR he's already given him means that he won't have to have it again after he's finished drowning. Because Sam's going to need to rescue another Sim. Because there's two of them drowning. That boat could go out and rescue that Sim that's drowning, but it looks like it's going to go straight by. Don't want to do anything that's too logical. Come on, Sam, where are you? Believe it or not, I've cut minutes out of this. It's finally getting there to do the rescue. This Sim that's closest to the front of the screen looks like she's in trouble. She's either going to die or she's going to decide that she's tired of drowning and get herself out all by herself. And then to go and have a few words with Sam. Because Sam has managed to rescue the other one. He's given him his red floaty. That's all he seems to need to do. Now come on, Sam, you've got another Sim to rescue. So he's going to stand there and wait to see that his other Sim gets up onto the beach. The old bloke takes his time getting up onto the beach while we've got a drowning Sim who needs attention and isn't getting any. That Sim is being very patient, Sam. But you can't cancel an action with this career, I've discovered. And he's fixated on waiting for that old fellow to get out of the ocean before he's going to even take any notice at all of the other drowning Sim. He's still not convinced that the old bloke's okay. Right, so now he can either come over here and run and rescue her. But it's too late. She's decided that she's not waiting for rescue any longer. She's going to swim over to Sam and she's going to give him a piece of her mind. Well, I'm back. I just had to sit and wait for about 20 minutes for that noise to stop in the background. Well, there she is. She's heading off to give Sam a piece of her mind. I don't think she's actually going to smack him in the face. But they do have words. And I did let you know that I would show you up close what happens. If she does eventually get there. There she goes. Okay, Sam, I think you're in trouble. What is this lady going to have to say to him? She's thinking about a desk, so maybe she's telling him what a bad job he was doing. Terrible lifeguard. Just left her to drown. If she hadn't been able to save herself, she would have drowned. But maybe if she hadn't been able to save herself, he would have gone and rescued her. He probably knew she could save herself. So he just left her there. They're not happy with each other anyway. I think he's got to go start surveying the beach again. She can go back in the water and start swimming. Maybe she'll drown again shortly. Give him another chance to rescue her. That old fellow's got plenty of attention from Sam today. He's got his CPR and then he drowned and got rescued from drowning. He should be feeling quite happy. I think that is the houseboat that the dregs live on. But that's the ghosts that keep drowning and having to get rescued, the dregs. Somebody else is drowning now. It's probably a dreg. Go on, Sam. Run over and rescue this poor person before they drown, or before they decide to get out of the water and smack you in the face and tell you what a terrible lifeguard you are. See how you can't cancel? In this career, you'll just have to notice. Yeah, he's noticed now. So I have to cancel the extra one that I put in there to go rescue that sim from drowning. I'm sure he'd get there faster if he ran all the way along the beach and then jumped in and swam. But no, he's going to wade all along the beach really slowly now, I suppose. Can't watch that process, that slow progress he makes. He's out in the water swimming properly now. He's making a fast approach. Took him long enough to get through the shallows. I'm throwing his red floaty. There it is. Yeah, it looks like it's the male drake. Or is it Cara drake? Looks like it could be Cara drake again. These ghosts are a real problem. No wonder they died from drowning. They love being in the water, but they obviously can't swim very well. Now Sam isn't actually thinking about rescuing her. He's got the swimming icon up. So he must know she's going to make it okay to the beach. She usually does. Sam's just enjoying a swim now. Maybe it's after his knocking off time. Not sure. I can't really see the time. I've only got a very small picture to look at when I'm doing this narration. There he is standing on the beach. And some other sims as well. So she just got rescued from drowning and now she's heading back out to the beach to have another swim. Sam's got quite muscly, hasn't he, between his athletic training at home to get to the top of athletic skill and all the swimming he's doing. He's developed quite a big set of muscles, his chest and his arms. He's definitely getting the lifeguard look. When he started out, he was a skinny little thing. No muscle definition at all and very small muscles. Now look at him. So that's another benefit of being in the lifeguard career. The water's quite pretty. Here she comes back out again as Cara Dreg. Having a chat with Sam. Well, they're making friends. But that one hasn't been rescued lately. I think she was rescued a few episodes ago. That's Christopher Collins. Some of the Sims I can recognise now. Others I know are familiar, but I don't remember their names. There's Judy's sandcastle in the middle of the beach, but I don't know where Judy's gone. She's not around at the moment. I think Sam's the only household member who's on the beach now. The rest of them are all townies. Looks like there's a toddler sitting on the beach up a bit further. Probably a Collins toddler. They usually seem to have toddlers with them. They just put on the beach and leave them to scream from hunger or whatever. I think that's about enough of the beach for now. We'll go back to Plum Bubba Island and check on our toddlers. They're still playing. Not too much toddler training going on there today. I like that little beetle walker there. Oh, that little one, Wendy, she's gone over to the toy box. I wonder if she's going to climb inside it or if she's just going to get a toy out. We've still got Jerry and I suppose it's Bertie sitting there. But it could be Benji, the little green plant sim boy. I've been thinking about changing the skin on the plant sims to see what they look like when they're not just bright green, a bit like I did with the genies, because the genies were all as bright or dark blue when I first made them. All of the 3 genies in this game with their nice pink skin tones, they were all the blue, dark blue skin tones in my library, but when I put them into this game I took them into Create a Sim and changed their skins and their clothing, their wardrobes, so that they wouldn't be just the blue genies with the genie outfits, which is what they were previously. I prefer my genies to blend, and I'm wondering about if I should try the same thing with the plant sims. Here we go, Performance Park, so Anna must have another gig on. Still haven't got her a proper stage set up. It's a toddler. Is that a ghostly toddler? It looks like one, but I don't think it's a dreg toddler because the dreg toddler died from drowning. So it's somebody else has got a toddler that's a ghost. I don't know who. Looks like a jelly bean death or something like that. There's Hayley there in the foreground in her career outfit. She's just come home from working in a military career. She wants to be an astronaut, so we had to get her into the military career. She is a daredevil and brave at that as well. We saw that before when she was doing all those shark fights in earlier episodes. And I don't know why Muriel's in a swimsuit. We've even got Meryl there today. I don't think Craig's watching the stage. He's watching that toddler. So Josephine's volunteered for the sword trick now. And to get into that box and have swords pushed through her. It's the box of mystery, I think. Wonder what else Diana's got in her inventory now, because she has gone up at least one level in the career since she got that mystery box. She must be getting some other magic things there. There's Sam and his lifeguard outfit. They've all just come straight from work to watch her perform. At least they're giving her some support. when you're a struggling artist trying to get started out, it's really important to have support. Even if it's only a token of saying, yes, we're there for you, we'll be there to make your crowd bigger. We won't give you any money, but we'll be there to cheer for you. So Josephine survived that one. Harley liked it, doing all that jumping around in circles, and now Meryl did a bit of a jump, and now here's one of the other townies are jumping around. I've never seen them do that before. Is that just something they do for the magic shows, or do they do it for any Showtime performance? I guess the last time I really watched performances was for an acrobat, and they were all seated. This is the first time I've really watched, although I have watched performance park performances before, and I haven't seen Sims jumping around like that. Oh well, that's it. Time to go home. That performance is done. They don't look like they're in any hurry to go home, though. Yeah, there's Sam and Judy. That's Judy. She's always getting somebody to throw something. She's got a frisbee and a football and a few other bits and pieces that she can throw around. Let's go back to Surf Circle, the home lot. You know, I thought Sam had got to the top of his athletic skill, and he has, but probably not until a little bit further on in the game. Because here he is, working towards it. I think he must be level 9. And there's Hayley working out as well. She needs her athletic skill for her career. But she's way ahead. She's got more athletic skill than she needs. Here we've got Craig back at home reading to one of the little plant sim toddlers. A nice close-up shot. That pair of legs behind his head, that is Genie. She didn't want to move out of the way, so I just left her there. And we're still on Plumbub Island, but there's Judy and Muriel throwing a football. Got Stella Dog to come over and dig up those dog dig spots. Wasn't planning on having any pets on this island. There's Josephine standing in the background. But there were so many enticing dog dig spots around, I thought I'll bring Stella Dog over and she can dig them up and see what's in them. See, the parrots are back. And the kids are running down the hill in their go-kart again. There seems to be no time of the day that I could do this without noise outside at the moment. Now we're at VJ's coffee house. We've got Diana there setting up a gig. She won't actually perform there this episode, but she does do a performance there shortly. She's chatting to the proprietor at the moment. You can actually see from the coffee house, you can see across the water to the carnival on the water build. It's also got a Showtime stage on it and a proprietor. I was going to get Diana to go over there and set up a gig there as well, but when I sent her there, the proprietor was standing with his toes in the water facing out towards the ocean, and Diana kept swimming to try to speak to him, and he wouldn't turn around, so I ended up abandoning that idea. I'll go send her back there another time so she can have a gig over at Carnival on the Water. But I've placed 5 Showtime lots that came with the Showtime expansion pack. Back on Plumbub Island, I don't know why it is, but I found Craig had taken little Wendy up on top to the ground surface there to perhaps just show her that there was life out of the basement. I hope Wendy's enjoying the treat, although it could be a bit scary for her because I don't think she's ever been anywhere other than in a basement in her entire life. The only other time might have been when she was brought across from Surf Circle, but then she had others with her. But then she's got Craig with her now. Back down in the basement, Muriel's about to start reading a toddler book to one of the little Planksin boys. I can't even look at the clothes they're wearing to work out which is which of these two. And of course, with story progression, it changes the clothes that Sim's wearing randomly every so often anyway, so that's not a terribly reliable thing. Here we go. Diana is now doing another performance for tips at the festival grounds. Anything that raises her progress in her career is good, because as soon as she gets to level 10, the sooner we can stop worrying about her doing performances. And then I planned to delete all of the Showtime lots out of this world, because they probably are giving a bit too much overhead, and it might be holding Sam back from getting enough drowning Sims for him to rescue. So I'll shortly be getting rid of quite a lot of the extra lots I've placed in the world. Back to Plum Bob Island, and here we are with Muriel reading to our Planksin toddler. There's Genie looking into the playpen. What's she planning to do there? Pick him up or just stand there and stare? Wendy's playing with the abacus, gaining some skill. Meanwhile, Stella Dog has managed to find the top level basement and has rolled over on her back in the dog bed. This actual Plum Bob Island place is well set up for pets. I just wasn't going to bring them over here. However, we got Stella Dog over here for a while. Back at the festival grounds. It's night time. Diana's finished her performance, and she's decided to enjoy a game of horseshoes all by herself at night in the festival grounds. And that light there is set to be green. That's why it's such a green glow all around her. And this must be getting very close to the end of the video. We finish up with Diana in her magician's outfit, playing horseshoes at about 11 o'clock at night in the festival grounds. But she's not entirely alone. She's about to get a companion. I don't know who it is, some townie with his shirt hanging half out. He's going to use the other horseshoe court, and they can both throw horseshoes. They're not exactly playing together, but they're both there together playing horseshoes. Let's have a quick look around to see if we can find the lights for the unicorns, because we need to find where the unicorns are so that Genie can get her wish of being fairy tale finder, because Genie needs to befriend or adopt a unicorn. But I haven't seen the unicorns for a long time, and I have been looking for them. So again, when I've got rid of all these extra Showtime lots, and I'll get rid of Alfresco Market and the Stone's Throw Greenhouse and both of my Savvy Seller stores, so get Isla Paradiso back to basics, and we might see some things that we're missing out on. So that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Bye bye for now. Carrots out.